So without further ado, I'd like to welcome straight up from Fort Myers, Florida, Adam James.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Can everyone hear me? If you cannot, scream and shout. Okay, good. No screams and no shouts. Before beginning, I want to take this opportunity to thank Marty Dempsey, dear friend and colleague in officiating, Kat, John Broska, and the rest of the UF Rec Sports professional staff for providing me this opportunity today. I'm truly humbled and appreciative to be here. In addition, I'd like to thank each and every one of you all, ladies and gentlemen. You might be wondering, what's he thanking me for? He doesn't even know me. And no, although I don't know you, I sat where you sat. I was a rec sports employee for 4 years at Florida Gulf Coast University, having served as an intramural official and facility manager. And I recognize the sort of commitment and sacrifices that you have to make to balance school, work, and life. And if you're a freshman right now and thinking, oh my gosh, what do you mean? Wait, school, work, life? Oh, don't worry. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I commend you for what it is you do, and I admire your work ethic. Rest assured that despite the challenges you might endure as a rec sport employee having to balance school, work, and life, there are a lot of positives that come out of being a rec sports employee. One of the many things that I gained in my time at Florida Gulf Coast University was being able to get out of my comfort zone. So when Marty and Kat had asked if I would come and deliver a presentation today on stepping out of your comfort zone, I was ecstatic. Why? Because I believe it's the surest reason why people don't reach their true potential in life. You see, what happens is people fail at something and they become then stagnant and they stay in a comfort zone and they never grow, they never reach to get out of it. So before we delve into that presentation, I have 2 quick questions for you. Is everybody ready? Is everybody enthusiastic? Awesome. First question is, by a show of hands, how many of you have ever not pursued something in your life, whether a dream, a goal, growing in a different area of rec sports, asking out the guy or girl of your dreams, whatever the case may be, how many of you have ever not pursued something because you were uncomfortable? Yeah! I don't know if that's a good yeah or not. I like your enthusiasm, my man. Second question. How many of you have ever failed at anything in life? I love the enthusiasm. I know what you're thinking. You're like, wow, this guy, he's got some real sophisticated questions here. Wow, great speaker. In all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, I don't ask those questions to make you feel inferior or make you look to your right or to your left and wonder if your friend is going to now think less of you because you failed. The harsh reality is that we all have failed in life and we all will continue to fail. Everyone in this world would have answered yes to both of those questions. However, what I've come to find is that we only truly fail when we have failed at one thing and then we never try anything again, so we become stagnant, we become complacent. Does that make sense? Say aye. All right, just making sure you're awake. So, Adam, what's a comfort zone? Oh, well, I'm glad you guys asked. Thanks for asking. A comfort zone to me, and this is just Adam 101, a comfort zone to me is a physical location or mental where people resort to in times of conflict, difficulty, uncertainty, or pain. Conflict, difficulty, uncertainty, or pain. All right, for all you visual learners in the room, take a look up front here. Everybody see me? You see this nice big circle here right in front of me? Can everybody see it? Scream and shout. Where's the circle at? I like it. I love the enthusiasm still, but in all seriousness, just use your imagination right now. This nice big circle, this represents your comfort zone. So if it's a physical location for you, maybe when things become difficult, uncertain, conflict arises, maybe that physical location is on the couch with a thing of ice cream or just watching your favorite movie because times are tough, you know? You just want to go to that physical location or mental where you don't have to think about anything. So this circle is representative of it. And when you're in your comfort zone, whether physical location or mental, when you're in it, you're smack dab in the middle, and like a plane on a radar screen, you're just operating, you're just alive. Beep, 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 beep. And your heartbeat might resemble something of boom, 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 boom. Because things are good, things are smooth. But what begins to happen, ladies and gentlemen, when that conflict does arise, and when you're being pulled out of your comfort zone, say for instance, maybe for you, difficulty is studying. So you know there's a Gator football game on a Saturday, but you have to study, and all of a sudden when you open that book, and you're entrenched in that book, and you spend 30 minutes, now 1 hour, you're taking notes, and you're highlighting things, and your friends are at the Gator game, everything in you is calling for you to come back. Come back to that area where you're comfortable. That area where things are boom, 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 boom. Things are smooth, calm, cool, and collected. Because when you branch outside of it, it goes from beep, 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 beep to beep, 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 beep. And everything in you again is calling for you to come back. And too frequently in life, ladies and gentlemen, too frequently in life, everybody goes back. Everybody stays in their comfort zone because it's the easy thing to do. Nobody makes fun of you in your comfort zone. Nobody laughs at you in your comfort zone. Nobody thinks less of you in your comfort zone. If that makes sense, say aye. So what I want to share with you in the next few minutes that I have remaining are 2 principles, 2 strategies, call them what you may, but 2 things that will hopefully help you become more mindful of when you're in your comfort zone and how the heck we can get out of it. Are we in? Yeah. Are we in? Give me a word. All right. That first principle is understanding the concept of pain versus pleasure. Everything that you and I do in our lives is derived out of 2 reasons. To avoid pain or gain pleasure. No matter who you are or where you're from, everybody wants to feel good. Everybody wants to be loved, appreciated, supported. So what that means for you in your comfort zone is what happens too frequently is when that pain arises, when that pain comes in your life, when you're thinking about doing something, but all of a sudden that pain in your mind says, no, if I try that, I might fail. No, if I go to that different department within rec sports, my friends might laugh at me. Oh, if I kick out that participant who's my peer from the aquatic facility or from the intramural fields, they might never talk to me again. So instead of doing the thing you know you have to do, whether in rec sports or in life, you go to the more pleasurable feeling, the thing that just, in essence, you avoid it. You avoid it. I'll give you an example. How many of you have ever set a New Year's resolution or started a diet by a show of hands? I love it. Who is that? Can I see? Yeah! I love the enthusiasm. Despite classes starting on Monday and it being a Saturday at 8:30, my man, ready to be here. Now, those of you who raise your hands, how many of you have, like me, failed miserably in staying true to that goal? It happens all too frequently. And the reason is because when we set that goal, we're initially driven by the enthusiasm, by the passion, by the pleasurable thought of, hey, you know what? I can have this, this six-pack and this beach body and things could be good and well. And we're initially driven by that for the first 2 weeks, but what happens is at the first sign of pain, at the first sign of struggle, we give up. To change your life, to get out of your comfort zone more frequently, you must be willing and able to attach pain to pleasure and pleasure to pain. Despite the Wendy's juicy hamburger looking so appealing, being so quick, convenient, cheap, and tasty, you have to look at that and say, if I choose this, what pain will this bring me long term? What pain will this bring bring me long term. If I don't pursue my dream, if I don't try the major that is in my heart that I want to pursue, if I don't begin in a new rec sports program, what's this going to cost me down the line? Does that make sense? Say aye. Aye. Okay, good. I'll give you a more real-life example, relatable to my story. A few short years ago, July 2013, I'd set out to begin a motivational speaking business. Everyone, everywhere I turned, had told me it wouldn't work. You're not talented enough. You're not old enough. You don't have corporate America experience. You had a speech impediment growing up. You were the kid who turned beet red. What makes you think you can command a room? What makes you think you can command a room? In spite of what they said, I was like, I'm doing it. I'm starting the business. I'm doing it. July 2013, I did that. August of 2013, I got my first paid speaking engagement. Hoorah! I was excited. I was naive to thinking it was always going to be this easy. Oh, boy, was I wrong. That August speaking engagement, although paid, was not a 5-figure or 4-figure check. You don't have to be Einstein to do the math on this one after I tell you. The rest of August it come and went, no more paid speaking engagements. September it come and went, no more paid speaking engagements. October, that come and went, no more paid speaking engagements. The bills kept coming in, engagements did not. Just a year prior, I was a school teacher. Salary, benefits, I wasn't making a killing, but that coupled with college basketball officiating, I was going to be just fine. I was going to be just fine. And big-headed me wanted to go after my dreams. No more money. I packed up my belongings in my one-bedroom apartment that I could no longer afford. I put into a storage unit. It didn't fit. I put it in the trunk, back seat, front seat of my car. I set out to hit the road. How could I call my family in Pennsylvania and tell them how miserably I felt? How could I reach out to friends who told me it wouldn't work? So I ended up sleeping the next few nights in my car, parked in a Walmart parking lot. Before finally I called upon some friends and jumped couch to couch over the coming weeks. I picked up a part-time job at a local country club, waking up 5:30 in the morning, scrubbing golf clubs for $10 an hour. I'm not undermining that position. I was never too good for it then, and I'm still not too good for it now. I share this with you because at that particular moment, I was humiliated. I was far out of my comfort zone. There was difficulty, there was uncertainty, there was pain, there was conflict. Everything in me was calling for me to come back. Go be a school teacher. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not talented enough. Go be a school teacher. Finally, after a lot of self-evaluating, reflecting, and asking myself the right questions, calling upon some friends and mentors, I was able to continue to pursue. I said, this pain does not have to be the end of me. This pain can push me to do something great. If I can just get through this, if I can just use this for my message, as the old adage goes, turn your mess into your message. Ladies and gentlemen, I share this with you not for your sympathies, not for you to feel sorry for me, not to toot my horn by any means. I've got a long way to go. A long way to go. I share it with you to let you know that whatever it is you're pursuing as a student here at the University of Florida, as a rec sports employee, there is going to be pain. Yes. But can you handle it? Yes. You can make it happen. You can make it happen. My cat, time okay? 2 minutes? Was that somebody say stop? Or was that a keep going? Pain and pleasure. All right? Think about that in your life. All right? Think about that. When things are challenging, find a way to use it to your benefit, to your advantage. The second principle I want to share with you, and it's going to be very, very quick, we don't have a lot of time, is you've got to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Comfortable with being uncomfortable. I still to this day get butterflies when I come and speak somewhere. I've spoken over 100 times now. I still get butterflies. I've replaced those fears, those anxieties with experiences, with my training, with the belief in my message, my passion, what it is I'm doing. So stay out of your comfort zone. Strive to operate out of your comfort zone, ladies and gentlemen. And lastly, I want to leave you with a thought. As I've been talking to Kat earlier in the week, she had informed me how mission, vision, and value-driven this rec sports department was. And I admire that. I do. I was talking to John before the presentation. I said, very seldom do you even see in corporate America do people abide by and live by their mission, their vision, and their values. And to me, it seems like, although I'm not too familiar with the program, they really do that here. From my interactions with some of the staff and employees already, and know John and Marty, the type of people they hire. And one of the things that stood out to me in that mission was the last line about committed to fostering leadership, but one line in particular, the very last line in that mission, developing meaningful relationships. I don't know, I'm sure you're not all expected to know those mission, vision, and values verbatim. But understand what that's implying. They are committed to you developing meaningful relationships. When all is said and done in life, ladies and gentlemen, all you're going to have are the relationships you build here with your peers, with your colleagues. Step out of your comfort zone and meet some new people. All of you probably came here today and sat next to the same person you always sit next to. The person you went to high school with, or the person you shared the dorm with. Remember it may be. Yeah, I can hear the giggles. Yeah? A lot of truth to that. A lot of truth to that, baby, huh? In all seriousness, when all is said and done, there's an old quote, I don't know who is coined as saying it, but it says that people will never remember what you say. They won't remember what you did for them, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. When I speak, I don't strive to give you statistics that are going to make you go and change your life. I strive to make you feel empowered, inspired, to believe in yourself, to know that you are worthy. Why are you worthy? Because you've got a beating heart, and so is the girl or guy next to you. So treat them with the respect that you require, that you deserve. Strive to make some lifelong relationships here within UF Rec Sports. And lastly, I know I probably went over my time and I apologize. I want to leave you with one last thought. Ladies and gentlemen, life is tough. Rec Sports is a wonderful thing to be involved in, but too, you will have difficulties, conflicts, and uncertainties that arise here. You might fail a class in college. Your boyfriend or girlfriend might cheat on you. Bad things may happen. Adversities may arise. No matter what the struggle may be, no matter how challenging it becomes, never give up. Never stop believing in you. You are worthy. You have a beating heart, and that means you've got some more stuff within you that you can continually persist and pursue. Again, no matter how tough it gets, never, ever, 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 ever give up. Thank you.